Shoot Show fans, we are back. It is Lyn and it is Pete. It's the Work Shoot Show. Pete, how you doing, man? Back from vacation. Just talking to you a little bit. Had a good dream con I hear.
Yeah. So I was in Vegas and then I was in Austin, back to back for two different conventions, and I'm really glad to be home. I'm really glad to not be spending money right now and get back into the grind of things, catching up on all my shows and all my wrestling.
Wait, what convention? See, I didn't. Okay, so I knew you went to DreamCon. What convention did you go? You went to one in Vegas?
Yeah. It's called Evo. It's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world.
Oh shit! You went. Okay, so yeah, that. How was that? Wait, I want to know that one.
Evo's
that shit is huge.
Evo's sick. Yeah, so that's like. So, I mean, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, those type of games, the best players from the world are there. And, like, I'm not even a fighting game player, but, like, everything about the whole thing is so well run. It's a huge space. It's in Las Vegas, so even if, like, you don't like fighting games or you want to do it for, like, part of the day, there's so much other things to do. And so I hit it up, and this is the second time I went. It was just an absolute blast.
Hell yeah, that sounds like a good time. Did you see Sonic Fox? Did Sonic Fox compete? That's like one of the only fighting game people I know.
I think he competed in something, but I didn't see him personally. Yeah.
Okay, bet. Which, what was your favorite, if you don't mind me asking, what was your favorite game you got to see there?
I really like, Guilty Gear was super fun. Tekken is super cool. Tekken's like, it's like watching, oh my God, like how would I compare it? There's like two players that are just above and beyond everybody. So watching them just like smoke everybody and then have them play each other in the finals was like just like two titans going at it. It was an absolute blast.
Hell yeah.
So and then Street Fighter was sick. Awesome. It was great. Yeah.
I was about to say the Street Fighter. When I watch the Street Fighter, I watch that shit on like the competitive shit, either on Twitch or like on Twitter when they do it. And like, bro, that shit's literally chess. Because if they make one wrong move in like a block or a grab, it's over. They lose. It's done.
Yep.
So hell yeah. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was great. Wish the gambling went a little better, but other than that, it was really good.
Oh yeah. Oh man, Lady Luck was not on your side, my friend.
It was the time before, but not this time.
Damn, you win some, you lose some. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got a lot to discuss. SummerSlam happened, which we do have an interview, by the way, with our guy Johnny Wrasslin. That'll be in this. But me and Pete will talk SummerSlam as well as get you ready for All In. Did you? So I don't even want to do WWE first. Did you watch AEW last night? If not, it's okay.
Nah, dude,
we didn't talk about it. Okay.
Like I said, I'm playing catch up on everything.
Bro.
Not even just shows and wrestling. It's like life. I'm just catching up on everything.
So let me just say, I know when you catch up, you'll be upset because they're doing a whole Jeff Jarrett thing, bro. Jeff Jarrett just fought Bryan Danielson in the main event. And I truly believe Jeff Jarrett will fight Hangman at All In.
Wow. I know I've been impressed with Jeff Jarrett lately, but like still, I don't. It's keep him in like trios matches and stuff like that, or tag teams.
He was the main event last night in AEW Dynamite. I was like, what am I watching right now?
Nope.
My girlfriend was like, wait, why is that man so old? I was like, oh.
Why is that grandpa in the ring? Why is security not arresting him?
She watched SummerSlam with me. She's seeing Logan Paul do flips off the thing. Yep. Roman Reigns is back. People putting up the ones. She was like, that does not look like the other one you watch. Why is this old man allowed to compete? But he looks bad, man. But that shit is interesting to me. We'll see about that. Have you caught any of MJF's, even clips of MJF's American gimmick?
A little bit, yeah. Definitely have been living vicariously through YouTube and Twitter right now, so I will say that. But with All In, SummerSlam's wrapped up. That's the main thing with WWE. We're all transition to whatever's next, but now the focus on All In, I'll be able to catch up and get a good grasp on things.
I think he's gonna do some Apollo Creed like entrance in the UK. Bro, last night he put an American flag down from the rafters. He's gonna come in the Apollo Creed, like headgear and everything. And see, you don't have to know for me to ask you this, because this is what I really want to ask you about.
All right.
Do you feel AEW's in a lose-lose? Because, okay, MJF just won this belt. You just changed the whole name to the All-American belt. You did this whole thing. Are you going to have Will Ospreay lose twice in a row? Or are you going to have MJF? Like, I feel like no matter who wins or loses this feud, I feel like the way they've positioned it, it's kind of a lose-lose.
Yeah, I guess we have to wait to see how things play out, because I would like to see, because I do, as of right now, I think Danielson wins over Swerve. Mm-hmm. I think that's the feel-good moment, and then that way Will Ospreay can lose earlier. But things can change throughout, and I can change how I feel about it. But as of right now, I think it's like the feel-good moment is going to be that in my mind.
Okay, see, and that's what a lot of people I've been seeing, like a lot of people I respect have been saying that what you just said. So like the fact that you're on that train and some other people's opinions I respect in the wrestling Twitter sphere saying that, I, in my messed up psychotic wrestling booking mind, I have thought this. What if Swerve wins and it's he gets Danielson's career, but maybe I have help because of this. I watched the Chris Van Vliet interview, and apparently Nigel McGuinness has been training for the past 19 months.
Oh, really?
Wrestling, yeah. Apparently he's been training secretly for the past 19 months. So my question to you is, in my sick mind, does Nigel McGuinness cost Danielson the match to say, you never wrestle again? And if you do, it's an unsanctioned one against me. So his final match is Nigel McGuinness versus Danielson.
Interesting. I did not know about that.
Because that was yeah, bro. That interview literally just dropped yesterday. I watched it yesterday. That I'm surprised more people weren't talking about it on Twitter, because Chris kind of put it deep into his thing, so people would have to watch his interview. But he definitely said he's been training for 18 to 19 months.
Damn. Okay. Like I said, things could change throughout the next couple of weeks. Where if I learn more information, my opinions will change. So I'm still leading what I said before, but maybe
I just had to present it.
No, that's good. Maybe I get some more information down the road, and I might change my mind.
Yeah, I'm excited about All In. We'll do our predictions. I think next week. No, 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks away from predictions because it's on the 25th. But I do have our predictions for SummerSlam. I have them in my picks. Okay, you got it. You are. Well, yeah. Let's run through.
All right, so coming into this, I was 38-16. Lyn was 41-13. So he had a 3-game lead on me. Still got 4 months out of the year. I could maybe still play catch up, but we'll see.
I think you can get it.
We'll see. I'm doubting myself because I had a losing record this pay-per-view. So doubting my.
See, you've been doing well. And see, okay, I'm going to attribute some of this to you being away, not seeing some of the Raws, because. And even the one that I thought the one I disagreed with you the most was the Liv one. But see, I didn't see the double turn coming where they had Finn turn on him too. So I feel like if you'd been watching, you'd been closer.
Which I actually will have some complaints about. But I guess like overall feel of SummerSlam, what do you think?
Okay, so I thought it was good. I saw people saying it was the best Triple H pay-per-view yet. I'll say in terms of for sure. I didn't think it was that good in terms of wrestling. I thought in terms of story, it was good, but I can't say the best. I think in terms of story, it was a good pay-per-view, maybe great in some points, but overall solid. I think I would say the other shows like the Leon show and the other ones had better wrestling than this one for sure.
For sure. This might be a hot take. I think a lot of people are just like so high on it because last SummerSlam was ass that I thought SummerSlam was like hard mid, like straight up.
Yeah, I can see how you say that.
I have a lot of complaints. With the McIntyre Punk match, and then the 2 turns I did not like one bit. Like I thought that, like I get the whole thing was to break up Judgment Day like right here, right now, but I thought you could have done it a little differently, which I think I can just lead into the first one, which is Rhea versus Liv. I think what I personally would have liked to see is Dom accidentally cause Rhea to lose to continue that feud, to continue where like Dom is still picking a side, sort of, because with the double turn with Finn and Dom, I felt like it took away from both of their moments. where I don't think it's as big as a moment for Dom because Finn also did it, and then vice versa. I really would have liked to see one of the two do it, and I think you could have done it with Dom, like, I'm going to do some quotation marks so the audio listeners can see it, accidentally causes Rhea to lose. You can do it down the road and then have Dom fully go it, and then that would do it on, like, whatever pay-per-view's next. And then, like, really not take away from, like, the thunder from each side. And so because of that, I had, like, at the moment, I was like, yes, Dom, like, the biggest heel in the company, like, the heat he gets is insane. And it's like, now I don't feel it as much because Judgment Day isn't Judgment Day anymore. And so it's like, well, I get that there's, like, story beats with Finn and Damian, because Damian cost Finn essentially the win to get the belt.
Yeah, he did.
But, like, it's like timing. The timing to me just didn't feel correct.
No, and funny that you say that. I agree with you. I agree with you because it took away from, I think Dom should have been the one to turn. I don't think he turned Finn in the same night. Just because you haven't, like you said, they haven't gave any story beats to that. Mm-hmm. Like, I know it's there. It's always been there in the back of my mind. But, like, Liv, Dom, and Rhea were the hot thing. And I feel like you took away from their moment. But to play devil's advocate, I do know this is what people have been saying, that I saw this on Fightful and some other things, that Triple H wants his version of Bullet Club. And maybe Judgment Day will be the rotating faction that new, because I could see Dom taking it over from Finn, but then 100%. Who would be the new group? 100%. So I could see Judgment Day maybe being that, but I do agree with you 200%. Our only difference is I would have preferred Finn wait to turn, and you turn Dom.
Because you know how, like, so when Finn was fighting, I think, I forgot who he was fighting, and then Damian accidentally cost him.
Seth.
Yeah, Seth. You know, Finn could have done, like, the exact same thing that Damian did, and it makes sense beat for beat. Damian did it, Finn did it, and it can cause turmoil with them. And then if you wanted Finn to turn on Damian later, you can even do it on Raw, and it would be fine.
That's what I was about to say. You could have it to where Damian and Finn are questioning each other. Yeah. And then you could have Dom and Liv on the outside saying, come join us. And Damian's like, you're not going to leave us for that. And, like, the whole time, you could have it to where Finn's like, no, I'm going to stick with y'all. And then, boom, he's the mastermind behind all of this. Because that's what they're doing right now in Raw. Like, he came out and said he planned this for a year. And JD McDonough was like, you idiot, you shouldn't have let me in type shit. Like, so if that's the case, you could have had it longer to reveal the mastermind behind Finn Balor. And honestly, you could have did it in Germany and still had time for the Bad Blood pay-per-view. Because I think they're trying to target that, being that it's called Bad Blood. I could see us getting a Liv Dom versus Damian Rhea, which would be interesting. But I still think Bad Blood's going to be Damian and Finn, and which leaves Dom out. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But this SummerSlam 100% is the RIP Judgment Day SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, that was the issue with, like, I guess the aftermath of the actual match. The match itself, I thought, was actually very solid. I liked, you know, Rhea popping in her shoulder, and, like, I'm like obviously that it wasn't real or whatever. Like, like, she didn't actually dislocate her shoulder. That's all part of the gimmick. But, like, the fact that that's why
they wouldn't have had her talking if that happened.
Yeah, but, like, it all makes sense. And, like, she's, like, acting so well, where it's like her screams was like, damn, she sounds like she's in a lot of pain. And I just actually thought, like, this match actually was, like, very solid. I thought it was a great opening match. I think it was I would say it's the perfect opening match on this card if it wasn't for the result of the other one, but I still think that this match was, like, really solid and kind of set the tone for it. And, like, it's one of those things where it's like the people who enjoyed this pay-per-view a lot, I bet they loved how this match started, or, like, how this match started the night. For me, I just thought it was, like, good. Like, I'm gonna give it, like, 3 stars. Like, it was pretty good.
This was probably, let me look at the card real quick, just again. Yeah, I can say it. I can say it with confidence. This was probably my favorite match, which it shouldn't have been. out of when you look at this card for what it is. No, and that's no disrespect to them. It's just we were building Drew McIntyre and CM Punk for so long, and I know we'll get to that, but and I had more expectation for Braun Sammy too. So this was my favorite match. I'm gonna give this a solid 4-2. Solid 4-2. Yeah, I like the turn though. I bought into the turn. So like when he kissed her, I was going crazy. I was like, oh, we're here, baby. Chicken nuggies, PS5, and she's calling you daddy. I get it, brother.
Yo, you give this 4.25 chicken nuggets or something?
All right. Maybe not 4 point. You're right. That's kind of high. I'm gonna just go 4 chicken nuggets. 4 chicken nuggets.
4 chicken nuggets. Okay, I'm going 3 Dino Nuggies. Okay. Next up, Bayley.
Next? Oh, and I got that one right.
No, we both got it wrong.
I picked Liv, bro.
No, talk about I picked Rhea. You picked Liv. Sorry, I was talking about the Bayley Nia. We both
no. Yeah, we both got that wrong. Yeah, facts.
I really like this match. Really like this match. I really like the powerbomb by Bayley. I thought that was fucking insane. It wasn't because a lot of times what they'll do when they powerbomb Nia Jax is they'll put her in the turnbuckle and then they'll just powerbomb her from there. And Bayley took 2-3 steps holding her up, and I was like, "Okay, Bayley, I see you." Like. I thought it was really great. I thought my issues with it, I thought the Tiffany Stratton like run-in cash-in was really dumb. I hate when they do the fake out thing. It doesn't make any sense. It would make a lot more sense if Tiffany turned on Nia, which I would have loved. I would have loved it. I think it's a little too early for that, but I would have loved it. I thought it would have been so good. But this match was like in terms of pure wrestling, really solid. I think that one, like I guess I think the finisher was kind of just like like the sit on her and then game type.
Sit on her again.
it's fine. Like that's her finisher and it's powerful and I get it. But I think Bayley really stood out. Again, I would in this type of scenario, I would love to see Bayley beat Nia, and then Tiffy cashes in on Bayley like immediately, or like Bayley's like down and out, like she lost the title twice in like a week. Say like if she gets like a rematch against Nia down the road, like within the next couple weeks, I'd love to see Bayley beat Nia, get cashed in, and then sort of be like starting from ground zero, where you've lost the title twice in a span of like a month, and you have to somehow find yourself. And she turns back into like her pure baby face that she's always been, and just recapture it down the road. So that's my dream. Will it happen knowing my luck? Absolutely not. But this match was good. I liked it a little bit more than the Liv Rhea. I'm gonna give this 3.25 Tiffy times.
Okay. I like this match. I like the Liv and Rhea one just a smidge more, but Bayley showed everything. And also give credit to Nia Jax, because ever since she came back, people didn't think she was going to do the right thing or she improved or whatnot, but she's been working her tail off, and kudos to her. She's earned this moment, and Triple H doubled down on King and Queen of the Ring mattering, because both those winners actually won the championship, which I didn't know if both would, but they both did, and I got to give her credit. I do see Tiffany cashing in on Nia, to your point. I would have liked it to happen that night too, but if I'm being real, I think there is a person people aren't thinking about in the background waiting to come. I've only seen one other person tweet this, but Charlotte Flair's coming, and I feel like they're saving the Tiffy moment to cash in to get it as close to WrestleMania as they can for Charlotte versus Tiffy.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But you can
that's my
Tiffy
prediction.
You can have Tiffy win it and hold it for a minute. And like
for sure.
Yeah, no, that'd be sick. So what was your rating on this one then?
This one I'd give solid. I think I'm in the ballpark with you. Solid 3.25.
Okay.
3.25 pink briefcases.
Pink briefcases. So we both faked Bayley on that one, so we both got it wrong.
Yeah.
Next up, Punk versus McIntyre. A lot of issues with this question. First of all,
I'm with you.
The MVP of this match was Seth Rollins. Killed it. Absolutely killed it as a ref. I loved everything he did. He was so funny. Where he'd be like, a ref should be counting you, but he's like, nah, forget it. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. Him taking his sweet ass time to go, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 times where like Drew was pinning Punk and like Punk kicked out before even Seth was on his knees to count to 3. I was like, this is great. This is great. My issue with this though is the fucking bracelet. It means nothing. It was given to him to Punk by a fan that just has his dog's name and his wife's name. This isn't some family heirloom. This isn't something that like his dead sister gave it to him before she passed away or something like that. It's just a fan gave a bracelet. And Punk sees it on like Seth's wrist, like, what are you doing with that? You can't do that. So it's like, I just picked it up. It's like, it's a fucking Michael's bracelet that costs 80 cents to craft that you do it in preschool. And I was just like, it doesn't matter.
Big E and Michael Cole are all on the same wavelength. Big E was like, that's my friend, but I gotta call a spade a spade. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It's cool that a fan made that for you and that, like, I don't know, just like the idea of like a fan like doing that for you is awesome, but like, it doesn't matter. It's not your wedding ring.
Is this to get him heel? Like, in the sense of this is going to show his narcissism whenever him and Seth Rollins do take off?
Man, I don't know.
Because that's crazy to me. Like, that the bracelet was the whole thing. Also, I didn't like how they both said, oh, this is going to be, I'm trying to kill the other person. They wasn't going there. Like, if you're going to use blood, and I know Triple H lets people do it because Seth Rollins just had blood on Monday from Bronson Reed. This was the match to do it. I just didn't feel like they went there.
See, I feel like Drew tried a little bit. That move where like he was like throwing Punk against the announce table. He did the like ladder move where he like hit him up underneath the ring. Like that was Drew trying to kill Punk. But the enthusiasm from Punk wasn't there. He was doing like his same step up like knee moves, GTS, kicks and punches. I was like, this is like these two don't. I mean, I kind of felt like Drew hated him. I feel like Punk hated Seth more than Drew this match.
Yes, 100%. And that was my major thing. I felt like, to me, real shit, it felt like Punk was just trying to show people he could wrestle. Like, I felt like he was just, and he did. Granted, he did. But like you said, he was just doing his typical high knees. Like, he didn't go there at any point in time with Drew McIntyre. Like, I hate this guy. But you're right. Drew brought the intensity, and Seth did too. And shout out to Seth wearing the Hangman Adam Page fit on Monday to walk out to see Punk. He wore the exact same thing that Hangman wore when he cut the promo against Punk at AEW. Seth's a genius. Whenever we get Punk versus Seth, it'll be great.
First ballot Hall of Famer Seth Rollins. So he's incredible. So like with this, it's like I thought the wrestling in the ring was great. I was thoroughly entertained. This was probably the best mechanical match of the night. I just hated the sentiment that they were trying to
story.
So like,
I'm with you 100%.
From a wrestling point, it's like a 4, and then from like a sentiment point, it's like a 1.5. I'm gonna give this a 3 just because I did enjoy. I was entertained. I just hated the whole bracelet angle so much.
You just explained why I gave Rhea and Liv a 4 is because I love that damn story, and that story's elevated. This, like you said, the wrestling was good, but the story, y'all have had me hooked for months, and this is the story we're getting about this damn bracelet. Like, y'all, it should be hatred. I'm giving this like a 3.5.
Okay, yeah. I know this is a lot of people's like match of the night, but I just couldn't give it to it.
No, I'm with you. 100%. And hey, my guy Cody didn't do much better either.
So. No, which is, you know what?
I understand. I get it.
Okay, if this was basketball, if you shoot 90%, you're a freaking Hall of Famer. Cody's allowed to miss once. It's fine.
Facts. And it's not even his fault.
It's not even his fault.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Well, we can get to that when we're done. But
sure.
God, hate the bloodline rules is so fucking stupid. Okay. My actual match of the night: LA Knight versus Logan Paul. First, I gotta say this: fuck Logan Paul. I hate him. He's a transphobe. He's a fucking piece of shit. I really hope that WWE moves away from him because for as good of a wrestler he is and as good as a heel he is, I just can't stand him as a person. But this match is fucking nuts. I thought it was fantastic. Logan Paul hit one of the best springboard moonsault I've ever seen in my entire life.
So I think he hurt himself on that because he did an interview with the Undertaker talking about how he's hurt. He's gonna be on the shelf for a little bit, but like he needs to anyway. Like you said, for his fucking horrible PR garbage takes he did.
Yeah, piece of shit. I don't know. I think I made fun of this before, but when Logan Paul's or first of all, what's MGK doing? It's like
I didn't understand any of the lackeys.
He's in the security guard outfit, and then he like pulls it off. It's like, oh, it's MGK. It's like, are they gonna fight? And they like dap each other up. I'm like, what?
And see, it makes no sense because they show these lackeys, and I get it. The lackeys, I'm guessing, are WWE trained or something like, because they're not his real life friends. They finally showed Mike, his podcast partner and real life friend. The camera kind of went to him, and I was like, wait, why is Mike not doing this? And I thought this the whole time, but then he hurried and got off camera. Yeah. So I don't think he wants to be in this shit because it's like, that's his real friend. Like, that's who they should be beating up. And I always thought that. And to your point, MGK, what the hell are you doing here? And I'm glad LA Knight beat all their asses. And then I think LA Knight, there was one move he did where Logan fell on his neck or his head. That was some people say that was a shoot move on the low.
Good.
They said it wasn't planned. They said LA Knight just called it. He just felt it.
You want to make LA Knight a giant baby face? Actually hurt Logan Paul. But
and Logan sent him a lawsuit for, and this is probably kayfabe, for breaking his car and doing that move.
Yeah, no, for sure it's kayfabe. But that was supposed to be a suplex off of the top rope, and it ended up being like a brain buster. It's like,
his neck, bro. When his neck hit the thing, I was like, oh shit.
But so they did this.
Yeah, this is the best match, like you said, wrestling wise.
But I hate when they do like this with like the lackeys, where it's like before it was like, oh my god, it's Jeff. It's Jeff. Mm-hmm. It's like, who the fuck is Jeff? It's just like one of his podcasts, but it's like, I don't know who Jeff is. And it's the same thing.
It's not even his podcast guy. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like, and so this is the same thing. It was like he LA Knight like threw over like his buddies and it was like beating him up, but like he wasn't even beating up like MGK. It's like, at least I know who MGK is. It's like, oh, they're beating up Steve. It's like, who the fuck is Steve? It's so dumb. I hate it. And they did it again with this is like not match related, but like the WWE 2K25, the DLC pack is the Pat McAfee show. It's like,
bro,
who the fuck cares about anybody but Pat McAfee in this DLC? It's like, oh, I can't wait to play George.
I was like, Pat, I understand you defending your guys, but bro, those dudes are just random. That would be like Pete if me and you got in the game, bro. Those dudes are random as fuck.
Oh, no, look, it's Adam. It's like, oh yes, I can't wait to play as Adam.
It's Adam.
So dumb. But back to the actual match. Love the finisher. I love that it made sense in a way where it's just like, you fucked up game. LA Knight got the dub with
and he sold LA Knight's finishing move the best I've thought, because I don't really like his BFT, but Logan sold that shit. I gotta give it to him.
It looked where it's like, I always make fun of the Riptide because it's like, my mom can kick out of the Riptide. It's just like, it doesn't look devastating. That landed, it's like, oh, that's game. And it was game. And I was like, fuck yeah. Damn right it was.
Other people, it looks like LA Knight just trips them and they fall on their face. But like this looked like it actually hurt him.
Yeah. It's like when, like, I always comment when Pac gets DDT'd in AEW.
Oh, yeah.
He'll like land his head and he'll go like straight up for like a second. It's just like, this dude just got impaled into the ring. Like, just killed him. And this is just like, oh, like LA Knight just killed Logan Paul. I'm like, fuck yeah. Really like this match. Outside of the lackey shit, I thought that was just so dumb. I'm gonna give this like a 4.25. Like, I'm gonna give this 4.25. Fuck Logan Paul's.
I'm with you because, like, I think even though I chose Liv and Rhea as my favorite match, this is by far the best wrestling of the night. This is match of the night. I'm with you. 4.25. Yes, because LA Knight got the belt, man. It's after so long. I saw so many people tweeting out his old videos. I felt so good for him. There's not a guy in the industry really who deserves it more than that. That guy's worked his ass off.
Hell yeah. Glad he got a belt on him.
Because I don't know if he's gonna get the world championship, Pete, on the real. Like there's too many people kind of in line. Yeah, no, for sure. I agree.
He's like, he will elevate the U.S. title. Like, that's what stars do. Like, the stars, you only got one belt. Yep. You only put on one person. And guess what? It ain't gonna be you for a minute.
Yeah. For a hot minute. But good for him, though. I'm glad he got it done.
So, sorry who you're competing against is going to be holding the belt for a long time.
Yeah, and if it's not him, it's his rival. So, like, I'm sorry.
Next up is the worst match of the night. Which
it shouldn't have been.
And I think they solidified it by having him do a 2 out of 3 match the following week. Or was that tomorrow that they do that?
It's going to be Monday, this upcoming Monday.
Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, where this match was shit. Straight up shit. And there was no time to build anything. I don't even mind that Braun won, that I got this prediction wrong. But I felt nothing this whole match. It reminded me of when, to a lesser extent, but when Kofi lost to Brock after Kofi won the world title off Bryan. It's just like, there was nothing. Like, it's fine that Brock won, but you have to build it up. And Kofi got squashed. Like, I felt Sami just got squashed. I was like, he beat Gunther.
And see, that's what to that point, I would have rather Sami get squashed. The fact that this match got 8 minutes, it was like, why didn't you squash him? Like, if you're going to make Braun this ultimate guy, it's either squash him or let him do a long-ass match. You can't give him 10 minutes. That's just disgusting. Yep. Like, literally, Johnny said in our interview, he looked it up on Wikipedia, it's 8 or 10 minutes. I just don't remember which one it was. It's like, you should have just squashed him.
Should have. Couldn't agree more with you. Like, if you legit want to make Braun look like the freak that he is, if you want him to be the next Braun, I get it. Yep. They didn't do that. Also, Braun fucked up, I think, twice this match.
He did.
It's just like, man, I get that you want to put Braun on the pedestal of like this upcoming superstar, but he's still a little green. And when you're fucking up with Sami Zayn, who is one of the safest, most technical wrestlers in your company, it's like, what is it going to do when he fights someone who's not Sami Zayn? Like, I really don't want to see somebody get fucked up. Like, so I hope Braun just goes up against like big boys. That way they can just like spear each other, and it's like no one's going to get hurt, and not do like over the shoulder suplexes and maybe land on your neck.
Hopefully he can redeem himself, and I think maybe that's why they have Sami going up against him again, to like get as much of the Sami Zayn experience of learning how to do this the right way. So, and it's 2 out of 3 falls match. That seems like that's going to be long. So maybe Triple H heard the complaints because, like you said, this match had no business being this length, and Braun messed up. So, like, we need to see him be at the pinnacle, which at Money in the Bank, he did a good job. I got to give it to him.
Yeah, it's not like he's bad. He's just
he's a little reckless.
I don't think he's there yet to consistently put on matches that you are impressed by. Like, I think him lose, because Sami beat Gunther, and now Gunther's the world champion. If Braun loses to Sami, it's not like he lost to some scrub. Like, you've built up Sami as somebody who is a giant killer.
One of the main eventers of Raw.
Yeah, and Braun is probably weighs more than Gunther. It's probably pretty close. So, like, losing on, like, your first, like, because this is, like, a big 4 for WWE. Losing at something like SummerSlam to somebody like Sami Zayn doesn't hurt you. Like, especially if you put on a banger match, but they had to cut time for the last match because they had to do all the shenanigans. And it's just bad, man. It's just, you shouldn't have the next match that they have is going to be 4 times better than the match that they had SummerSlam. And like,
but that people are just gonna remember the SummerSlam.
That should never be the case, especially if it's for a title match. So I'm gonna give this, I don't know, this is like a dud. Like, I feel like I should rate, but I'm gonna give it one bark.
I'm right there with you. I'll give it like 1.2 barks just because I like a Frankensteiner or a Braunsteiner, whichever Pat McAfee's calling it these days. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I definitely think the 2 out of 3 falls match is going to be the banger that everybody wanted, but like it's not at SummerSlam, bro. Like y'all messed up. Like you got to call it like it is. But that's not the only thing they messed up because Pete, look, bloodline rules, I get it. You got to have Roman come back, but my goodness, Solo Sikoa, he might not be all there in the ring, brother. And I understand why they were scared to bring Jacob Fatu because he is all there in the ring.
He got hurt, man.
Yeah. Okay. So some people are saying that's kayfabe because he was walking around. They had the boot on, but he wasn't. I don't know. They said the people who took the pictures with him said he wasn't limping, but like I don't know if I could believe that. So like, I mean, but that looked like that hurt.
As somebody who's been in a walking boot for months at a time, you can walk without a limp with a walking boot. Like, especially like I broke my foot and I was able to walk without a limp as long as I had my walking boot.
Okay,
like,
real.
So, but like I don't know what he hurt or anything. Like I broke a bone in my foot, and it wasn't like serious. So I don't know exactly like if he just got like. If he just hit it like really hard and it's just like really bruised, or if he actually broke a bone in his foot. But you want to do that match first then, and then do the Gunther match last?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. We could do the Gunther match last because that one was better than this.
Okay, I hate bloodline rules. I think it's so stupid. It literally kills the enjoyment for me because the whole point is like the entire time I'm watching this, it's like he's gonna get jumped and then.
Someone's coming out.
Someone's coming out. It's like, why is he not out there to begin with? Like, have the bloodline in one corner, have your boys in the other corner, and then they can just fuck each other up outside. Like, and it's fine. It makes sense within it. But it's like the whole point is to hit KO's music, hit Randy Orton's music. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. I like Randy Orton. I like Kevin Owens, but it's like the stipulation.
We know they're coming out.
Like. Sorry, it makes Cody look stupid. Like,
yeah, it does.
It makes it look so dumb if he's got his boys in the back, and someone's like, "Are you dumb? Do you not understand the rules of this? This is also not the first time we've had a bloodline match with Cody Rhodes. Have you not learned from the first time, bro?"
Exactly,
and that kind of killed it a little bit.
I liked Arn, but like you said, Arn shouldn't have to tell him, "Oh yeah, I got your guys coming." They should be there. You should be ready. Where were the weapons? Where were the tables? What is happening? This match literally was just a normal match, but we're having interference run-ins. No. If it's bloodline rules, why aren't we going there? What are we doing? In Tonga Loa, you might need to hang it up, brother. Let's get Hikuleo in there because you are just not there, my guy. There's a whole TikTok page of posting Tonga Loa mess ups, and it's hilarious.
What's crazy is I've watched 30 Gorillas of Destiny matches.
No.
And I never thought Tonga Loa was bad. I never thought he was good, but in no way did I ever think he was a bad wrestler. And then watching him, I don't know if it's just like the nerves are getting to him, but I'm like, he was bringing Cody to like the corner and like missed it by like 3 feet. I'm just like, how do you not know how to bring somebody to a corner? Like, I can do that. I'm almost certain I can do that. It was just a weird match. It's cool to see Roman back. Like, I am excited to see this bloodline versus bloodline thing going on. I really hope if WWE had the balls, is you shift the main focus out of Solo and give it to Jacob Fatu because he is the star. I love Solo as like the muscle. Jacob Fatu is a star. Solo Sikoa
you want me to tell you what I think they're going to do?
Tell me.
I think Jacob's going to be Roman's enforcer. I think Jacob's a Roman spy. I think they're going to say he was planted type shit. Or Roman's going to bring out Hikuleo. It's one or the other. Yeah, because they're not bringing Lance or Zilla. Because Zilla, there's no way Zilla Fatu's ready.
No, that would make perfect sense because they already have Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu on Solo side, and then they have
and Hikuleo signs. Yeah,
I'm assuming Jay goes back with Roman or whatever or helps him out.
Yeah, facts.
So then you need a fourth, and it's Hikuleo.
Hikuleo. Or the other thing is they're saying that Hikuleo goes to Jacob and Solo's side if Jacob isn't the spy. There's three theories. Jacob's the spy.
Okay.
The one I just gave you with Hikuleo. And the third one is, no, Hikuleo joins Solo and them. So then Roman has to get his OG bloodline back with the honorary Uso, which is why Sammy didn't win against Braun, to free him up so he could leave. And Sammy and Jay go help Roman, but they're still going to be missing a guy. Who does Roman ask? That's why they had the stare down him and Cody. He's going to ask Cody until Randy Orton's ready, which I don't like, so I could see them maybe doing that. But I feel like the moment Randy Orton is done with Gunther in Bash in Berlin, we got to get it going. It's time. My man needs a feud. Give Cody the Viper, man. Let's get it going. But if he's going to do this team with Roman thing, for an enemy of an enemy is my friend, I can get down with that for a little bit.
Okay. I can see that a little bit for sure. But I guess
there's three theories right now.
Yeah. But in terms of like blood, I mean, the Cody Roman bloodline match at WrestleMania was significantly better than this by like a lot.
Yeah,
This match was for Roman. Like this match was to set up Roman coming back and to set up the next whatever. And
it made Solo look bad. It's not bad, but it just made him look like, damn.
This was his time to showcase, and like it didn't do anything for me. Like once again, I think this showcase, if anybody, Jacob Fatu, because this dude is Jacob Fatu is he's got the charisma. Like you need charisma. Like Solo doesn't have charisma. Fatu is, he's doing freaking 3-second moonsaults. He's hanging in the air.
Just the way he moves in the ring. It's just like he maybe it's because he gritted his teeth on the indie so much, and Solo just came from NXT Part 2, but it's like that guy, when he walks in the ring, is just like he knows how to bring an emotion out of you. Before, it's like, he does all the badass moves, but I think it's his facial expression. Like, Solo's very one note in like everything that he does.
Which is why he needs to be the muscle and not the focal point of the bloodline. And
I agree.
Maybe fake a Solo injury and have Fatu be the focal point, because I do think if you want, I think it'd be just incredible if it was Fatu versus Roman and not Solo versus Roman.
Yeah, I agree. You could have it to where The Rock comes down and says, I don't like what you've been doing, Solo. You've been demoted. Jacob's in charge. Like, have The Rock come in and say he was in charge of all of this. Like, you're setting up Roman Rock anyway. Let's just have Rock come a little earlier to switch the focus, because it would hit a lot harder. Like you said, if we got a Jacob Roman match, oh my gosh.
Bro, I would legit consider buying a pay-per-view for that. But the match itself,
I'm somewhere in the twos.
Yeah, I'd like a 2.5. Like, I do think, like, I don't know. It's just like when I think like the best spot of the night was Fatu's dive to the outside onto the announcer table. Like, he's not in the match, and he was my favorite spot of the match. It's like, I think that kind of takes away from it a little bit. It was just like, okay. So,
and I didn't see none of the Cody shit I love. So like you said, the best part was Jacob, and that's neither one of the two guys. And like we said earlier, I can't blame Cody because it's about being hamstrung to this match. This was really Solo's opportunity to shine, and he didn't. So like, I'm with you. I'm at like 2.4, man. Like I didn't like it.
So, and we both got that right with Cody. But the last one is Gunther versus Damian. Outside of the turn on Finn, pretty good match. I would say pretty good.
Yeah.
There was
Damian's won me over, man.
I thought Gunther would be a little bit more in control of the match. It makes sense because Damian is the world champion, so I feel like his presence needed to be the focal point, and it was. But Gunther is this beast. He's lost once in like 3 years. And I felt like I kind of wish Gunther would just want pure clean a little bit. But shout out to fucking Damian Priest for looking up at the TV and seeing the replay.
That was a great moment.
And utilizing what's available to him and understanding the situation. So many times it's like, when like the music plays and they're looking at the Titantron. They're like, come on, come down here. And they always get attacked from behind. It's like, you see this a million times. You never utilize what's being given to you. And Damien's just like looking up, was like, you motherfucker, like, I see you.
Yo,
I was like,
that was one of the best moments. In the way that, like, he went after him and, like, right away going at him, Gunther getting him in the thing, him breaking free. And it's not, I'm about Gunther. It's like, I'm going to run to get you, brother. Yeah. You, bro. It's over. Like, I feel like with that acknowledgement, you screwed this. I know it's over. I'm coming to get you, brother. You fucked this up. And I like it, but I do understand what you're saying about it taking away from Gunther's moment a little bit.
Yeah. Insane scene with Damien, like, blood-filled rage, and he's just choking Finn. Just like
choking the shit out.
He's like, I don't fucking care if I lose. I'm going to kill you, and then unfortunately loses. And then Gunther's like, chokehold, you're dead. And
he didn't tap out, which makes him look strong. Like Damien, like even in a loss, Damien looked. Oh, he did. I thought he passed out.
Okay, you're right. He
didn't. You're right. Yeah, he didn't physically tap. So in WWE, when you don't physically tap, it makes you look a little stronger.
100%.
So I got to give Damien his props. I got to give Triple H his props. He handled this Damien title run, which I was lukewarm in the beginning, but by the time it's over, I'm into it and I'm ready to see him chase as a babyface. That mission accomplished. Now, will he win the World Heavyweight Championship? Maybe. I doubt it. He'll be an Intercontinental Champion, though, for sure.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he, like, if the new, I'm going to put this in quotation, new Judgment Day with him and Rhea and whatever they do with that, if that can gain some traction, I can see him winning the title down the road, like a year or two from now. Okay. I can see him being like a 2-time world champion, like by when it's all said and done. So, I think I really did like this match. This probably would have been my favorite match if it wasn't for like the twists or like the turns earlier or something like that. I'm gonna give this like a 3.5 Gunther chops.
Yeah, this is gonna get like a 3.5 is about the Wrasslin, and 3.6, 3.5. Second favorite match of the night for me. So I guess in terms of in-ring wrestling. Like, it's right there behind LA Knight and Logan Paul. But in terms of story, I prefer the Liv Rhea thing than the Finn turn. But they handled it well, and Damien did a good job of selling it 100%. So, hell yeah. Did you pick that thinking a turn was going to happen, or did you just go with your guy?
Well, that was the thing. So I thought there was going to be one turn, which is why I picked Rhea to win and then Gunther to win, because I didn't expect both. So my idea was...
You expected the Finn turn. That's very interesting.
Like I said, I thought that they maybe would draw, because like this is Rhea's first match back. Do you want to do that right away? I thought that they could build it up for another match with Dom accidentally making Rhea lose, but that wasn't the case. So my prediction was incorrect.
Hey, but you got the Gunther one right, so that's what matters. You got that big one right. So how'd we do?
So I went 3 and 4, and you went 4 and 3.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like
you got 4 games.
Okay, I only got 2 wrong.
You got Bailey wrong. Oh my God, I put down the. My bad. For some reason, I wrote down you got McIntyre wrong, which would actually be correct. This is this is why you double check your work, kids. So you got a 5-game lead on me. You went 5 and 2.
Let's go. Yeah, SummerSlam was big for me.
That was definitely a way for me to catch up, and I put myself in a bigger hole.
Hey, I feel like you're gonna do well. You always do well in those AEW pay-per-views, and me and Tony, we'll see how that goes. But Pete, real quick before we get out of here, we do have an interview, so let me toss it to myself and Johnny Rest. Hello, Work Shoot Show fans. We have a very special guest for us this week, right off of SummerSlam. Instant reactions. Back again. We got our guy Johnny Wrasslin. Johnny, brother, how you doing?
Yo, what's up? I'm doing good. Thanks for having me back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been too long. Glad to have you back. Glad to see you doing well. Got you in right before, because I know you're about to start school again, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you had to get it in because I know you about to get it in the book. So glad to be talking wrestling with you. I will have you back on before all ends to talk the AEW side, but let's strictly stick to WWE right now because we're coming off of SummerSlam. What an incredible pay-per-view! How did you feel about it? Do you think Triple H cooked? Was it a success? Was it more like the earlier pay-per-views? Did it live up to the hype of being the party of the summer, the WrestleMania of the summer?
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think it was a Triple H show that was a reminder of why we wanted him in control in the first place. Because despite there being some things that people might not personally agree with, I feel like from an unbiased standpoint, there was really no bad decision. Like, sure, you could have wanted Priest to reign longer, but Gunther winning there isn't a bad thing. Or sure, you could have wanted Rhea to win the title, but Liv retaining and the way they handled that story is not a bad thing. So I think, like, objectively, every decision was the right decision. Or maybe not objectively but I mean, like, it's hard to argue that every decision wasn't like a good decision. Like, you got your personal preferences, but I think it was good for the most part.
And like, to your point, like, just for example, because we'll talk about each individual match, but for example, Priest and Gunther, I even tweeted this. I started to, and probably honestly, last time me and you talked, I was lukewarm on Priest. I was asking you, is he a transitional champion? But as we've grown with him, and Triple H said it in his press conference tonight, that guy became world champion. He 100% won me over, won fans like myself over, and I didn't want to see him lose tonight. But it justified from a story perspective. This SummerSlam will be known as the SummerSlam where the Judgment Day became destroyed, where the Judgment Day imploded. No more. And that's why Rhea couldn't win, because it was due to story reasons. I'm okay with both of them, and both of them serve right, because I'm looking at it. I don't even consider Bash in Berlin. Bash in Berlin, Gunther had to win for that, for sure. That being right there makes a lot of sense. But to me, the Judgment Day stories aren't getting resolved there. There's a pay-per-view coming up called Bad Blood, and I guarantee you Finn versus Damian, Liv versus Rhea will happen at Bad Blood, potentially in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I do love that they, of course, scrapped the gimmick pay-per-views, but I do miss the Hell in a Cell stipulation. And Bad Blood, stories that are intense, like Liv versus Rhea, or even Punk versus Drew, I think those could really do something great inside Hell in a Cell. So I hope we get at least one Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood.
I'm with you. So I agree with you. I definitely like this pay-per-view as well. A lot of things happen story-wise. I have one complaint, but when we go through the individual matches, I'll give you this one because it was kind of shocking to me. So let's get into it. The show started off with Rhea and Liv, who had a phenomenal match. And I loved at first how Rhea, okay, first, do you think her shoulder really was dislocated, or do you think that was story? I felt like that was 100% story. Yeah, facts. They're not yelling in the mic that her shit. No way, bro. I was like, that shit is not happening right now. If she's yelling in the mic, this is story, and then her popping it in. But I liked it because Rhea's this unstoppable force, and it's like, how do you make it believable that Liv wins? Oh, this is happening on top of the fact that, Dom's about to cheat. So it made perfect sense for Liv to win in the way she won, and it didn't make Rhea look any weaker or any less strong. It only made Rhea that stronger as a babyface, this badass that's about to just wreak havoc. But look, I'm coming with the take now, John. I'm letting you know, I don't think Dom was in the wrong, brother. Anybody that's cucking you out like Rhea was calling you her bitch, and like that's my lower being, like he calls me mama, that's not my man. Meanwhile, the other woman bringing you chicken nuggies, PS5s, calling you daddy, really giving you affection when we ain't see the other one give you no affection. This one started, grinding you on TV, kissing you. I don't blame Dom. I'm just gonna call it like I see it.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I was like in between, because all of the history that Dominic and Rhea have, I'm like, how could you just throw that away? But you're right, because Liv from the jump made Dominic feel like how he wanted to feel. Like I talked about in a video that I made, like the whole story starts when Dominic isn't picked by Ray and he feels like a lesser man. He feels like he's not valued, and Liv is now giving him that value instantly. She's making him feel like he's larger than life.
I'm glad you brought that up, because let's tie that, what you just said, and you brought up Ray, which was perfect. It made me realize this as well. Not only is, and you're right, he felt like a lesser man after his dad. Not only is Liv making him feel like the man he wants to feel like, Liv is the one who helped him beat Ray. He never beat Ray with Rhea, like, ever. And, like, he finally beat his dad and is feeling on top. I get why he left. Some people may not like that take, but I understand, and now he's the ultimate heels. The boos on Monday that Liv and Dom will get will be generational. I saw someone tweet that this is Edge and Lita. I said, yeah, this is Edge and Lita, but Liv is Edge and Dom is Lita.
I love that.
Because you remember how Lita was getting those boos because of Matt Hardy? Dom is about to get those boos, brother. It is going to be awesome. I'm glad he did it. It was perfect. And that, I think, might have been Triple H's best told story of the night.
Right. Yeah, I can agree with that. I love how Rhea now has this extra layer, because you mentioned the shoulder and us wanting to them wanting to showcase her as a strong individual, but in the end, she was absolutely heartbroken, just devastated by what happened. And that's unusual for Rhea Ripley, because the way they painted her is like she's emotionless, heartless, you can never break her, and this truly broke her, and it's going to add so much more intensity to an already very intense feud with Liv and Rhea.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about that. And then the way that she's going to build herself back up, I'm interested to see, and I do think they go the angle of Rhea can only trust Damian now, and Damian only trusts Rhea, and I feel like the Terror Twins are really going to lean into that heavy of, maybe not a faction, but it's like those two against the world type shit. And like, they're going to help each other, build each other back up as friends, and then do their own singles thing. I could totally see that happening, but you're absolutely right. Rhea's character is only going to grow from here. What would you rank this match out of 5?
I try not to be too, I want to be stingy with some of the ratings. I don't know. I might have to sit with it for a little bit longer. Right now, like the first number that my brain went to was like 3.5, because I don't think it was everything it could have been in terms of like match quality. Like it could have been a little longer for me, but I also think it was really good, and like the story boosted up a lot. So I'll say 3.5, but I'm not completely sure, because it depends on where I rank Bayley versus Nia, because I think I enjoyed that match more than I enjoyed this match.
Real. So we'll get to that match as well. So I think the next match was the next match was Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker, but this is my only complaint. Why was this match so short?
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Like, what?
It was fine. I went to the Wikipedia after. I'm like, okay, maybe it was like 8 minutes, which also not good, but still, I'm like, okay, sure. But it was freaking 5 minutes.
Okay, so when I tweeted it felt like a squash, it definitely felt like a squash match.
That's crazy. And it's 5 minutes when I know their Bloodline matches, Cody matches, they're going to be longer, but like considering that the main event in terms of like the wrestling wasn't anything new or fresh, it didn't have to be 30 minutes. You could shave 5 minutes off of it and give it to Sami versus Braun, because that match being 5 minutes is disgusting.
Yeah, that's the worst thing Triple H did that night. And like, yes, he made a star in Braun Breaker, but it definitely, I'm going to say it made Sami look bad. No, go ahead.
Sami's whole run is like workhorse, great matches, long matches, and he's going to fight, kick out of your finishers multiple times. And then he loses in 5 minutes. That does not represent the kind of reign that Sami have been having since Mania.
And especially, like, this is the guy that beat Gunther. Like, there's a lot of just things with this that's like, okay, this match should have went longer, but I'll play devil's advocate because I just thought of this. Maybe that's because he wants to showcase that Braun Breaker is this freak, this new Brock Lesnar. Maybe that's why, but I just personally don't like it for Sami's character, as well as I do think both of those men could have given us a banger of a match, like had an opportunity to be I don't want to say match of the year, but it could have been like legitimately because both those guys are that good. To say it was only 5 minutes, kind of devastating. But maybe they wanted to be Goldberg. Maybe.
Right. I like how that is the best thing about it. The way it makes Braun look that he can finish these matches quick against guys like Sami Zayn who are top talents. It makes him fierce and fearful going up against future main eventers and or not main eventers, Hall of Famers. And when he faces more big names like that, if he gets to the AJ Styles, the Finn Balor's, and people like that, like we see he can beat Sami Zayn in 5 minutes. Imagine what he can do to them. So that's the best thing to come out of the short match. But I still would have preferred if it was longer because I also think it could have been like unanimous match of the night if they gave it what it should have got.
That's what I'm saying. Sammy's been doing that, whether that was with Gable or with Gunther. That guy has at least 2 matches that when we get to the end of the year, it's gonna have to be discussed. And like I felt that this could have been that as well. But I digress. All right, and then I believe the next match was we smoking on that Logan Paul pack, baby.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I love
Thank
it.
God. Thank God.
Especially after this isn't a political show, but like after the week he had, it was just like, brother, what are you doing? Like I just was starting to be like, all right, he can wrestle in the ring. I'm rocking with him. But like, did he go and do all that shit? It's like, nah. LA Knight whoop his ass.
That's like, I wanted Knight to win regardless.
Yeah, facts.
Wanted that for the longest time. I think everybody feels the same, but like, just it's a even more feel-good win coming out of what we recently saw with Logan. Like it needed to happen. I think it pleased not a lot of people. Just about everybody. I think everybody that I saw was pleased.
His own city wasn't rocking with him. That tells you a lot.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I'll say this. LA Knight is a testament to grinding. This dude was in WWE workout videos. He was in The Rock's game show. He acted. We saw all these LA Knight videos come out of how much this guy tried to get to this point, whether it was Eli Drake, whether it was in TNA, whether it was in NWA. This guy worked his ass off. And for him to finally be rewarded, I salute him. Like, I salute that. And like, he almost didn't get this shot with Vince making him Max Dupree, but he grinded through that and like he found a way and now he's US champion. I don't know if he will ever be world champion, at least if he's on SmackDown with Cody and Roman. I just don't know if that's possible. But if there's a way that this guy, after this run showing he can do it, can get to Raw at any point next year's draft, maybe he can be a world heavyweight champion. But in terms of this, bravo for him.
Yeah, he absolutely earned it. And it's just a testament to his talent because not a lot of people are going to be able to go through the roller coasters that he went through, the ups and downs, and through all of that, maintain being one of the most popular, most desired wrestlers in the world. Because like that, and his whole thing, it's so over with everybody. It transcends beyond WWE. And the fact that he's been able to do that and maintain that with poorly booked feuds, sometimes losing when he shouldn't have lost or whatever it might have been, it just showcases how talented he is.
100%. And I will say this, the match was good. Like, I got to give it to him.
I love the match.
That was one of my favorite matches of the night. And like, the way that I love that they bring this brass knuckle thing back into it. I love that LA Knight beat up his stooges and then like took the Logan jab. Logan went to go do the move that fucking Hangman does, the buckshot lariat. And even Triple H was like, I feel like Triple H knew what that move was called in the press conference, but he didn't want to say that. That's Hangman move. He was like, I don't know what all this flippy shit is. And now I felt like that low key was a shot on the low. But I digress. Logan did that, and LA Knight just caught it into the BFT, and that might have been the best sell job that anybody has done for LA Knight's move. Because to me, I never really liked LA Knight's finish because it just seems like they're both collapsing to the ground. But with Logan going full speed with the buckshot, it worked and it looked devastating. So I like the match a lot.
Me too. Yeah.
100%. So, okay, let's get to the next match. I believe after that was Bayley and Nia Jax being as our residential, just this guy loves women's wrestling more than anybody I know. How'd you feel? Were you pleased? You said you liked it more than Rhea and Liv. Break it down for us.
Yeah, so for me, it's always with this Bayley run, it was always going to be bigger than just my love for women's wrestling, because I've been a big Bayley believer for as long as I can remember, and I wanted her to have this run. And I think it was a very great run. I think it showcased that she could be a top babyface again, but not be completely identical to the character that she had all those years ago, but still kind of recreate that feeling. And I thought the matches were great. I loved a lot of the matches that she had. In this match, I loved it more than I thought I would. I think Nia had always been kind of underrated, but I wouldn't have expected, like, on paper, you give me Rhea versus Liv and Nia versus Bayley. I'm not expecting myself to enjoy Bayley versus Nia more, but both of them came to work. I think Nia has turned a lot of heads. When she returned last year, a lot of people disappointed. A lot of people weren't too excited, and I wasn't crazy about it either. But I think she took that as fuel and said, you don't want me here, but I'm here. I don't care. I'm going to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. And she worked her ass off to get to that championship. I wanted Bayley to reign a little bit longer. I was hoping for her versus Candice LeRae, because that's a big dream match for me. But timing is everything. And if they got a story that they have planned with Tiffany Stratton and the Money in the Bank, and they feel like Nia has to be champion for it, I'm cool with that. I think Nia's earned it. I think Bayley's reign gave me almost everything that I wanted besides the Candice match. So yeah, I loved it. I loved the match. I thought it was all really great.
100%. And I think Big E does this thing at the end of the press conferences now. They're treating it almost like inside the NBA, where Peter Rosenberg, Big E, and Wade Barrett and the host, they all discuss everything. And Big E does his top five. And he said it, even in a losing effort, Bayley makes his top five for how good that match was and what she did. Yeah. That powerbomb was insane. And just the way she told this story in the ring of, last time you met me, I might not have been this. You might not have respected me, but you're going to respect me now because I'm a different Bayley. And she 100% showed she was a different Bayley. But then Nia, on top of it, like you said, I was not happy she was back. I was like, what can she show? But she showed that she was willing to put all that beside and work the right way. She took the criticism that the business gave. I'm not talking about fans, that the business might have given her. And she learned from her mistakes, and she learned from people around her, and became a valuable, valuable asset to this company as a true dominant figure. Like, the women's division has true dominant figures in Rhea, Nia, Jade, and Bianca. And it's going to be very interesting to see these ladies clash eventually, because it's all going to happen. And I'm very interested to see, because Tiffany's one of them, is one of these new stars. And for Nia to take her under her wing, and you saw it on TikTok early, like Tiffany started to hang out with Nia, and you saw this storyline building through social media, and it really worked. And I'm excited to see what Tiffy does, and is Tiffany going to get the belt by the end of the year? It may happen. Yeah. We may. I'm
wondering how long Nia is going to reign for. Mm-hmm. That's one of the more interesting things to me, because I wouldn't be surprised if Tiffany's walking into Mania with the title. So, yeah, I do wonder how long Nia's going to reign for.
And look, walking into Mania with the title, and we know who's going to be back at some point. And forget Charlotte. Tiffy in the bank. We got Charlotte in the bank, baby. And I know people would love to see Charlotte versus Tiffy at WrestleMania. That's something I could see happening. Now, let me ask you, could you see Charlotte coming back, taking the championship, and Tiffany holding that Money in the Bank and maybe using it as, like, cashing it in for a WrestleMania match? Is that something that you think we could see happen?
I'd be down to see that, because when it comes to the Nia-Tiffany duo, I'm not so sure that, because if Tiffany turns on her to cash in, then it would be an emotional turn, because they're great friends. So that would mean Nia would have to turn face, and I just don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want Tiffany face.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was figuring that someone would be in between, maybe like Naomi, but Charlotte returning soon, beating Nia, Tiffany, cashing in on her, I would not be surprised if that happened.
Yeah, I could see it happening as well. So that's that match. Shout out to Bayley. Also, just let me big up her run because, like you said, it was a really good run, and she put on a lot of wrestlers. She gave a lot of wrestlers a lot of shine throughout her whole Damage Control run. She made Io Sky. Well, let me not say made. She helped Io Sky get to a championship. She put those ladies. She gave them the Bayley rub, and it worked. Dakota Kai is much bigger on Raw. Io is championship material. We're just waiting for Kairi Sane to take off, and Asuka's Asuka. So shout out to Bayley for everything she did on this run. Next match, we got it. It was the match we was waiting for. I literally told my girlfriend, get out the room, because I wasn't even watching in the living room because her friend was over, and I was like, y'all can have it. I'm going to just be in the bedroom. And you know when you're in a place enjoying something, people love to just flock to you. And I was like, why are y'all, my dog, why are y'all coming in here right now? Y'all have company. Go in the front. And of course, this was the match they wanted to come. I was like, no, y'all have to leave. I've been waiting for this for forever. I got to give it to Punk. People were complaining on the internet saying, oh, Punk's wad. Punk's an older man. This is the first time he wrestled in forever. And the fact that he didn't break down and he was able to still do his moves, I got to give it to him. He looked good. Is he the best wrestler in the world? Hell no. But did he look like Chris Jericho wash? Hell no. So that's a dub.
Yeah, that's a dub for sure. Like, it might not be AJ Styles, but at least...
He's not Chris Jericho. That's a fact. So how'd you feel about this match?
I thought the match was really good. Like you said, Punk came to work, and that's what I was happy to see. Because a lot of people were wondering, could he break down? Could he get injured again? Whatever. So I'm glad that he looked good, and it seems like coming out of it, he's still good. The story was great. The way they handled the match with the story, the way they told that story between the three of them, I think it was great. Punk losing because he was too focused on the fact that he thought like Seth was out to get him.
And the bracelet shit. Let that shit go,
like,
bro.
If he would have calmed down and just focused on Drew McIntyre like he said he would, then he would have been fine. But I like that. I think it adds so much to the Punk and Seth feud. And
it adds to the Drew feud too, because Drew took the bracelet back.
Exactly. So you know it's not over. I really just hope we could get that triple threat because that's what I really want.
See, and that's what I was about to ask you. Is this leading to the triple threat at Bad Blood? Because I could see that. They also did the which is interesting to me, because I think at Bad Blood it ends with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. But I do believe that Seth and CM Punk will go past Bad Blood because they're doing HBK Brett. Like, even so much down to the fact of Seth, when he was counting to 3, he did the Shawn hesitation count to 3. And then when he was walking away, he did the Shawn look back. And everything between CM Punk and Seth has been 100% Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Yeah. I think the triple threat at Bad Blood is possible. I'm interested in Bash in Berlin because there was a ad for it and it seems like Punk was advertised. So maybe a triple threat could happen there and they go back to Drew versus Punk Bad Blood because I really felt like that was going to happen.
And you save Seth, CM Punk for Mania? Save it for later down the year?
Yeah, I think because they wanted it at Mania this year, probably would have main event in night 1. And so like I think that's something that they want to do for Mania for sure, or at least a final match for Mania, because I could see us getting a couple before Mania. So I don't know. I think I'll have to see what the promos look like on Raw, because Bash in Berlin being so close, if Punk will be on it, then maybe triple threat there, maybe Punk versus Seth there. I don't know. It's all interesting because part of me feels like Punk is more focused on Seth now because I know he's going to blame Seth for his loss, but he can't not be focused on Drew because Drew has the bracelet. Drew still
and he won.
Yeah, and he won. Right? So Punk is in a very unfortunate position. So I do wonder how he's going to go about it coming out of SummerSlam.
And there's no beef between Drew and Seth. That's why I want the triple threat, but it's like there's just beef between Punk and these two dudes. Right. And if there's a triple threat, there's a chance they might jump him.
Yeah, the triple threat made more sense going into SummerSlam, but now coming out of SummerSlam, it seems unlikely. But the fan in me, of course, wants it to see the triple threat. But they don't have to. Like, I wouldn't hold it against them if they didn't do it. Do what's right for the story.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see how it goes, but they're cooking up. This is, I would say, if Liv and Rhea and everything going on that side is the best women's story, I would say this is the best men's story right now. Well, I mean, besides what's going on in the main event, but we'll get to that as well. Next up, we got Damian Priest Gunther. We've said it in the beginning. Bravo to Damian Priest. You were a great champion. I'm excited to see you work your way back. But I get it. Gunther has to be champion for Bash in Berlin. How long do you think Gunther, before we get to the match, how long do you think Gunther's reign is going to be?
That I don't know, because the internet has made me feel like Cena could beat him for the title. Like, they put that idea in my head, and a part of me feels like if that happens, it might be Mania.
I didn't even think about Cena because, you want him to get 17.
Yeah, I'd rather Cena beating Cody personally. But they put the idea of Gunther in my head, so maybe he goes till Mania. I don't think he'll have a record-breaking one. Like,
I don't see it.
Title, but I could see it capping off at Mania for sure.
Okay. See, I'm very interesting. I don't think he goes past Mania. But I don't think he drops it pre-Mania, which is very interesting. So we'll see how this goes. But shout out to Gunther. He won it due to Finn Balor, your guy, which I think is going to set up a good feud with Finn and Damian.
Yeah, I've been wanting the Finn Damian feud for so long, because last year I wanted Finn to beat Seth at SummerSlam, and then Priest cash in on him, and then that didn't happen. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe Priest cashes in, Finn wins the Rumble, they face each other at Mania. I had all these different fantasy bookings because I wanted it to happen so bad. And now it's finally happening, and timing is everything. I think now is the perfect time for it to happen. Because when it comes to a story where you're turning on someone and you're costing them a championship, I'm always like, why wouldn't you want them to be champion when you face them? Because you could possibly win the title. But considering that Finn did cost them the match, it's like, it's not about the championship.
It's deeper than rap.
Right. So, and I love that. I think it's going to be intense. Priest lost the title because he was too busy focusing on Finn. Like, he's heated. And on top of that, Dominic turned Judgment Day's collapse. Like, it's going to be chaos.
I love it because, and you got to give credit. Well, I guess you got to give credit to Liv and Rhea, but that's about the belt. You really have to give credit to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk showing you don't need the belt to have an entertaining feud. And I think Finn and Damian saw that, and they were like, okay, if Damian has to lose the belt, this is what we have to do to make us both red hot and not lose everything we built with Judgment Day. If we're going to break Judgment Day up, we have to make it be worth something, and like, it's worth something now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Raw's got some really good directions coming out of SummerSlam. Like, I'm very, very excited for Raw. I don't know if I felt this way coming out of SummerSlam last year. Like, the vibes are really good coming out of this one.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the match itself was great. Gunther, look, Damian said, you may be the hard-hitting guy people think of, but nah, brother, I'm going to show you. I do, like, it makes me sad Damian's not champion anymore because he really showed in this match, like, I can do everything. Storytelling. I'm going to whoop your ass. And I'm not a bad promo. Like, it's crazy that it took this long for me to see. But, like, he did it. Gunther's chest was... Even my girlfriend came in the room and was like, wow, he's bleeding. I was like, I told you this shit is... like, it's not fake. I told you this. And she was like, holy shit, they're beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I love that. I love the intensity of it. I'm glad that Damian did get to have this run where he was... where he proved himself to be so phenomenal, because though this is probably, he's one of the older guys, he'll probably never get the world title again, but it solidified his position. So I think from now until he hangs it up, he will be in a comfortable top position, even if it's just top of the mid-card.
I was about to say, he could get the mid-card champion.
Yeah, I could see him getting like another world title shot like in like a year or so. I don't think he's winning, but I think he'll be in like an AJ Styles role to where he might become an IC champ, US champ, and contend for the world title here and there, and just have consistently great performances with some of the best in the company.
100%. I could definitely see that as well. And then we got the main event. I'm wearing my boy's shirt, American Nightmare, always, we're still here. They thought it was over. Cody Rhodes retaining. It's not done. My man, people thought Roman was coming. The belt was leaving. No, my man still got to fight Randy Orton. My man still got to fight The Rock. And let me let y'all know, the way Roman looked at Cody, it's not ending until Roman Cody 3. I'm just letting y'all know they are Goku and Vegeta. They are there. It is the perfect rivalry. I'm not saying Batman and Joker because that's more Seth and Cody or even Cody and Roman. Roman and Cody we are both the top stars in wrestling, and we are Goku and Vegeta. We respect each other. We're going to battle each other till the end of time. They are the rivalry that will be on WWE Rivals in like 5 years. And I'm ready to watch the documentary. Like, this is that. And like, that look that Roman gave him was like, you might have beat me, but you needed me for this one.
Yeah, I love that so much. I think this third match is going to be something special because the intensity will still be there, but I don't think it'll be as personal. And I think that'll be a good thing, though, because now it's going to be respect. Like, I beat you, you beat me. And then I think this one is going to be just 100% clean.
Yeah, I agree. It has to be.
Cody, and then you have all the legends getting involved at WrestleMania, and Roman's distraction with Seth led him to lose. But this one, I think 100% clean. The best man is going to win, and it could be all-timer. I'm really excited for whenever it happens.
I agree. I don't think we're getting that anytime soon because WrestleMania could be Rock Cody, could be Rock Roman. The fans of Romans deserve that. As a Cody fan, I'm not going to try to take that away from them anymore. I'm over, like, Cody's champion. I understand Cody's path is Randy Orton. It's not time for Roman. I think that's happening, maybe not this WrestleMania, but the next one. That's a 42, like, after the guys, neither one of them may have the belt. It may just be like who's the best guy? Like, we've had our runs. Who's the best guy? Like, let's see what it is. And like, that could main event Mania without a belt, which would be insane because that's how big it is.
Yeah, I'm very excited for whenever that happens.
But, and that's the crazy thing. This match has me more so talking about Cody and Roman than Cody and Solo, or even Roman and Solo, because even though Solo has this group, I still don't think they're going to be Roman. That's the crazy thing.
Damn, bro. Roman he different.
Like, Roman they definitely, I feel like, and maybe this is Triple H's plan, because there's no way, even though he did what he did not make Solo feel big enough to beat Roman. I feel like he has to have The Rock come out. Like, Solo has to be working for The Rock, because there's no way, I believe at this moment, because even without Roman, if Solo didn't have them people, Cody would have beat his ass. Like, there's nothing about me that scares me about Solo. I need The Rock to be behind this for the story to really work.
When Roman comes out, because I thought they were going to have a more dramatic moment, him and Solo maybe go face to face or whatever. He gets in the ring, immediately drops Solo, like, bruh. Like, dude, this guy, like,
who is this guy?
Got the shirt, original Tribal Chief. Like, to him, Solo's nobody, right? And
he was more concerned with Cody. Like, that's how real it was.
Working for The Rock because I feel bad for Solo because, like, Roman he
little boyed him. He really did. Yeah. Like, he really did. And I'm ready for the Roman promo that he's going to cut about Paul Heyman, because Solo about to get his ass whooped. Like, it's coming. But I will say, if The Rock is behind it and Hikuleo joins them, I'm ready for Roman, the Usos, the honorary Us. Maybe that's why Sami Zayn lost, because Sami Zayn got to come back to this story. Honorary Us. And then you helped me, I have to help you. Roman talks to Cody, because I do believe if Hikuleo joins, they're going to need an extra. I think that extra will be Cody. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I saw a bunch of fantasy booking for War Games. I fantasy booked it myself, and I was like, the Roman team might be Roman, Cody, Sami, and the Usos. And I saw so many people saying that doesn't make sense. And
it makes so much sense.
The story, it does make sense.
Especially after tonight.
Right, and like, I saw someone say, like, why would Cody want to work with Roman? And I mean, Drew McIntyre last year did not like the Judgment Day, but he hated Jey Uso more, and he teamed with the Judgment Day for War Games. And I feel like that's what it would be for Cody, because The Rock was whooping Cody in the name of Cody's own mother. I promise you, Cody hates The Rock more. And Cody said it multiple times that he respects Roman Reigns.
And the thing is, Roman never talked down on Dusty. Roman never talked down on Cody's family. Roman says, I'm going to teach you something that your daddy should have taught you. That's not talking down on your dad. Roman respects Dusty more than anything. The Rock was the one that made shit uber personal and made Roman fight a battle for The Rock. That's what happened at WrestleMania. If we really want to break things down, like Roman was just the guy that had to fight it, but that all happened because of The Rock's mouth and everything The Rock did. Like, Roman didn't make Cody bleed. It was The Rock. So, like you say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and Roman helped him get this belt. Those two facts, especially if The Rock's behind Solo, Cody has more than enough reasons to help Roman fight in War Games.
Yeah, the only person I'd be a little hesitant on is Sammy, because like two guys coming from Raw to join the team, maybe they don't want to overdo it. But definitely Roman, Cody, and the Usos. I think that 100% makes sense.
Now, what's next for Cody? Do you think it's now time to pull the Randy card? Like, is it time to build to it?
Like Cody, it's bad blood. It's in his hometown. He's going to have a big match. And I don't think there's a bigger match for him right now, disconnected from the bloodline, that is Randy Orton. Like, looking at the SmackDown roster, and I'm not anyone. Like Jacob Fatu would be cool. I can't lie. Jacob Fatu,
but he might be hurt.
He might be hurt. Right. So if he is hurt and you need someone else, I think you gotta go Randy. And also, like, what's next for Randy anyway? Because I feel like him and Kale, their part with the bloodline right now has peaked. I don't think they're needed at this moment anymore, now that Roman's back and Cody doesn't really need their backup too much, because Roman is that guy. You know, Jimmy's going to be coming back soon. So Randy needs direction. I think best direction is him versus Cody.
And like we said, we don't know if we want Sammy coming over, but if Sammy comes over, Kim and Kevin could have things of like, why are you helping him again? That's another, Kevin and Sammy feuding is a tale as old as time. They will feud again. Like, it will happen. But Randy can say, Cody, I helped you win. And you know how you said John Cena's coming for his 17th? Randy's like, I can't let Cena get it. I have to do this, Cody. Like, it needs to happen. Like, I need to tie Cena. I need to make sure I'm champion, because when he comes back, I need to be the one holding the belt. It could be that whole thing, and sees Cody as little bro, like, you're only this champion because of me, and like, I bought you here. And it could be like, protege versus mentor type shit.
Yeah, and I mean, Randy has gotten destroyed just to help Cody Rhodes lately. Of course, he was put on the shelf and whatnot by the bloodline just because he was there for Cody Rhodes. And now it's like, I took bullets for you. I want a title shot. I want to be world champion. Can you do that for me? So I think he got to go, Randy.
And then you could even have Cody say no, and then that brings the heel out of Randy, whereas Randy's like, oh, you're forcing me to go to that spot. And Cody, and not a no of like Cody's scared, like, no, Randy, like, you're my guy. I can never go there with you. And Randy's like, no, you can't go there. I'm going to make you go there. And like, we get bald-headed Randy back, baby, just ready to go.
I need that.
Brandy Rhodes. Randy just says, is it open mic night now, bitch? And just one kicks her.
Oh, man. Bro, Randy getting a front kick would be nasty.
It would be disgusting, bro, but that would be crazy. Like, that's what Cody needs to do, bro. Cody needs to go to those type places to, like, show, like, not only am I a good wrestler, but I could get some stories here. Like, bring Randy in, bro. You might as well.
Yeah.
So, but, or like have Randy go to the house, steal a page out of Swerve Strickland, have him like looking at Liberty and the dog, like, and Randy do some wild shit, bro.
But I will always miss that Randy Orton. You know, I love face Randy Orton. I love hearing fans cheer for him and him being a good guy, but sadistic,
killer Randy. Grimy.
That's the best Randy Orton. And that's the Randy that you have to have for a feud with Cody. They got too much history for it to not be a personal, heated rivalry.
I agree 100%. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming and talking to me about this. Tell the people they can follow you on social media and find your TikTok and find your Twitter and everything.
Yes, I'm on TikTok, Johnny Wrasslin, Wrasslin, still hard to spell. And I got a link tree over there, Twitter. There's a Discord server. Just click the link tree in the bio. But mostly, if you want to hear me talk wrestling, it's that TikTok. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all go follow Johnny, man, and make sure you join his Discord. But with that being said, let's finish up the Work Shoot Show right now. I want to thank Johnny for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. But make sure y'all follow him on social media. But Pete, if you don't have anything else, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
Yeah, best way to find me is my anime podcast. What do you say, Annie? What do you say, ANI on Twitter? If you're a fan of anime, check out our podcast.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all go follow Pete. He just dropped an incredible Mob Psycho episode, which I really liked. I thought y'all did a good job with that. So y'all make sure y'all go follow Pete's podcast, follow his YouTube page. The links will be in the description. Follow me at LynBWT, follow Bros Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to check out all this stuff on the YouTube. And until next time, y'all have a good one and peace.